I'm so excited, and I'm really excited to show you these new catalogs from Accuquilt, right? So how many of you are here for the first time? I see a number of you. Oh, only a couple. Welcome, welcome. Even from Ohio. They travel a long way to come to this class. But Accuquilt has supplied us with some of the catalogs, and Teresa, Marianne has a stack. And she's going to pass them out for you. Awesome. But it has great pictures, all of the blocks you can make with the different dyes, and so it's good for everybody. Is that good? I am the ultimate in shopping. I always say, no more fabric. I don't need any more fabric.
Yeah, and I got some more today.
So this is what I want you to try. I want you to go to the counter and say, here, put this on Elle's account.
Okay.
That's what I do. Anyhow, Teresa, are you going to come with me? Or who's going to come and help me? We have this great pattern that I can't wait to show you. And all I want you to know is that Teresa and I spent days making this pattern all locked together and be really good. Are you excited about that? Yay! All right, so come and see. It is called Circle of Friends. Circle of Friends. And I looked in Barbara Brackman's pattern book of 4,000 patterns to see if I could find it. Do you know how many quilt patterns have friends in it? 47. That means that we're all great friends, right? Yes. We are all great friends. And so this is Urbana's, Urbana's Circle of Friends, and we just want you to see it. Oh, yeah. And tip out this way so this group can see it. Go. No, step over. Go that way. Yeah, cool. Do you like it? Yes. Oh, Urbana brought this one into Quilt in a Day. Mary Jo quilted it for her. Isn't the quilting not phenomenal? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. What she did is these are all little friendship stars. The pattern of this little star is only 6. Each little star is only 6 inches wide, 6 inches square, and there are 8 6-inch stars that are just woven with each other, just like all of us quilters. We're all woven together. Don't you feel like just skipping in here to be with your friends? Yep. So much fun. And then once the 8 are placed in a circle, the center is a 6-inch or 6.5 before sewing. 6-inch, and Urbana did the 6-inch center and the 2-inch centers of the friendship star of the same fabric. And then everything else is just all the same background. That's good, huh? That's good. It's easy. It's easy. It's very, very easy. And to pick out, let me just show you, to pick out the colors for the friendship stars, look how easy it is with just a layer cake. And I know where you can get layer cakes. Really pretty ones, really pretty ones. The blocks are 18 inches square. Okay, let's do our math. If the little block is 2 inches square, to make 18, how many 2-inch squares go across? 9. I have to help Jonas with his math. I'm getting this. 9 squares across and down. And Urbana took 2.5-inch lattice strips and put them in between each other just to separate them out. So now you guys are getting it, huh? How easy this is, yeah? So these are half square triangles, 2 inches finished. Center, 2 inches. Square, let's see, what do you think that is? 6. 6 starts at 6.5. And so the lattice around it is 2.5. And if you did a cornerstone here, it would be 2.5. Woo, you guys got it. You don't even need our patterns. Yeah, but let's show the back because it's gorgeous. Look at what Mary Jo did.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Is that beautiful? That is beautiful. Okay, let's see. Oh, hold still. Look at Tawana go in close on that. That is beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. Well, we are going to spare you. You only have directions and yardage for 4 stars. You don't really need to make all these stars, but when you buy a layer cake, you can actually make, let me think, 16 blocks out of one layer. At least, 16. Yeah, so it's really a good deal, huh? And lots of background. Lots and lots of background. Okay, I do want to show you one more thing. Okay, Teresa, you hold this.
Okay.
So, you're going to be using a 6-inch square for the center. But what if you don't have a 6-inch die? Look, I want you to see what Teresa did the first time. Ooh. Ah. Look at that. So what if you just want to put 9 2-inch squares together, finished size? 9 to make a 6-inch, right? Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to show you. Look what Teresa did. Should I give it to Eric? Can you cut? Okay, so I want you to notice. Go really close, Eric, and show them all of the little 2.5-inch squares to finish a 2 around the outside edge. Can you see all of those? How many is that, Teresa?
50.
How many?
50. 50.
50.
Show Eleanor. She said, "Oh, Teresa, I don't know." She said, "I don't know."
I'm intimidated. I'm not going to do all those little 2-inch. No way.
For half a day, she kept going. Oh, she kept going back and forth to her office, and I said, "Well, don't do it, El." Then she kept coming. "Oh, Teresa, I don't know. That's a lot of squares."
I can't do it. I don't have time in my life.
Now you have to see what she did. And
So did we do those little squares, Teresa?
well, what I want to tell you, instead of 50, she went down to 12. I will let her, she can take over.
Do you like that? 50 to 12. Yay! Woohoo! And it all locks together. Ta-da! Aha! Is that good? And I think this is the one you have the yardage right and your paper.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Eat your heart out. Eric, you have to show them the back, how it is all laid out. Oh, everything locks together. Everything is laying flat. Are you excited? Yeah. Good. We swirled. We swirled when we needed to. Yeah. Looks good. And everything is just perfect. And it's really flat. It's totally flat. I'll show it from the front side now. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Gotta watch I don't pat my mic. Whoa! So I get excited about stuff like this, don't you? Okay, so Teresa brought all of the fabrics all ready to go. So I'm going to move this over. Okay, so go to page 2, and you'll see that you have fabric for one block, or on the next page, it's actually for 4 blocks. Okay, we're going to follow the 1 block. That's enough, right? If you make 1 block, then it's really good. So, as I said, you can pick 8 fabrics for your little stars. There's Merritt again. Okay, so you need to have background for 1 block, a half yard. A half yard. And we're going to start out with the big old hunker, the 2.5-inch strip cutter. And people say this is the most important one. In fact, at Paducah, I know they were giving away a 2.5-inch strip cutter with a purchase of a machine. You guys should have been at Paducah, right? So I have the 2.5-inch strip cutter. We think it's important. You can cut off the salvage edge. This is rough cut at 8 inches. Do you see your first measurement? It's 8 inches. There are 3 2.5-inch strips. If Eric goes real close, there's 3 2.5-inch strips that will on the board. Yeah?
Can I cut to salvage?
Okay, cut it off. I think we're safer if we cut off our salvage. We don't like to whenever we just miss it by a little bit. Okay, so I want to have 3 2.5-inch. And the way I put it on this board is less, just slightly less fabric to this line right here. The fold is here. I like to put the fold in first, and I'm just lining it up so we have 1/8 of an inch on either side. Okay, and then you need a mat the same size. I'm going to do this. I know some of you have seen it before, but we have virgins in the group. And so just get it started. I started it a little crooked. Everybody hoped that it's going to miss the edge. Ah! We have this beautiful table. I have mine in Julian now, and I absolutely love this table. And the special attachment that the board just rolls out right onto it. Okay, so this is good. So now you just spin, just hold a little pressure, spin it, ooh, 1/8 inch, get rid of it, 1/8 inch, get rid of it. 3 beautiful 2.5. Okay, yay, yay. Okay, so now Teresa has to take these 3 strips, and she is going to cut them into smaller pieces, okay? And it tells you right there. It says cut the 3 2.5-inch strips. First one for the top and bottom rows, she needs to have 4 that are 8.5 inches long, okay? Top and bottom rows. Sides, how big are they? 6.5. And then the next one, she needs only those 12 2.5-inch squares, right? But you know what? I could do that right now, right? So what if I just take this right on here and just kind of go back and forth? That's 4 layers. And that's 6, only for 1. We're good, right? Okay, and so you don't need to have such a big mat. In fact, why don't I just take a smaller one? How about that? That's so you save the wear and tear on the big mat, right? So if you just slide it in there. Okay, this is good. That was fast. Good. So where's the new people? Do you think this is really cool? Is that cool? I want to see Patty retire just so she could come to these daytime classes. How does it feel to be retired? Wonderful. Whoa. Oh yeah, so did Tony. Whoa. This is too good. Okay, there is at least 12, right? You know, when I Accuquilt cut, if I just get the right amount of fabric to cut, I never cut the individual pieces. That takes too much time, right? Okay, so we are done with the 2.5-inch strip cutter, and we're just going to move this away. Okay, and so now I need to have the center, woo, which is a 6.5-inch square. And remember, is it already cut?
No, 7-inch. No, it's
Okay, so if you want to rough cut it, it's just as easy to cut a 6.5-inch square, but you can take the 6.5-inch die and just cut a bigger piece. If you're going to do a whole quilt, I would do a strip at 7 inches, fold it in fourths, run it through, and you got your 4 6.5-inch squares, right? Okay, that's good. So I'm just going to cut one for one block. I'm going to keep my fingers away. Okay, so we're doing really good, huh? So we've got all of the background done, and now we're going to work on those little friendship stars, and we need to have anything that will cut 2.5-inch half square triangles. This one is the value die. Right here is the 2.5-inch half square triangles, or you can use the little guy that's in cube 8, shape number 5, and this is the 2.5-inch half square triangles, okay? So your yardage says that you need to cut 8 3 3/4 by 6-inch background, and then in the next step, in the dark and medium, you need to have 8 of the same size. Okay, so when I do this, I can't waste any time. I take and put these pieces right sides together in pairs, and just fold them in half. And we actually drew lines around that shape, but you don't have to. It's just so when we place this, we make sure that we have it centered on there. This is an 1/8 inch the whole way around. And now we've got a smaller mat, and I'm pushing stuff too close to the top of it. Okay, I could have done another set or 2 more sets, right? And get it done really fast. But now, once that's cut, put a little pressure, spin it off, and then all you have to do is just lift these little guys, whoop, like that, and get rid of it. Is that good?
Yes.
No squaring up on these. Got that?
Yes.
No squaring up. They're going to be perfect. All right. We did good?
You did good.
I think we did everything. Oh, another thing. Okay, so last time I showed you braid, right? Did I?
Yes.
It's hard to remember a month ago. I know. It was braid, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And so whenever we took half strips, 2.5-inch strips, and this is what was left over. This was all my little corners left over. And so you can go ahead and just use like your value die or your shape 5, and you can, there's 4 right here. We only need to have 4 half square triangles, dark half square triangles for a friendship star, right? So all you need are like 8 of these. You could make a whole quilt out of your leftovers. So you can just cover that little part with it, and I don't know, if I put this on, it would be too brave, huh? Nah, I'm not going to be so brave, because I could layer them. But see, if you just take this and run it through, you're using your scraps, which if you're like me, I love my scrap quilts. It's like they're even more fun than when I buy new fabric. I get so excited. Don't you think? I think it's like, oh, I saved it. I'm so economical. Okay, look how cute they are. There they are. There's 4 of them. But I'm going to show you, and then you could just do all of them. And I almost like to run them through after I do my braid or my chisel. You can do it with your chisel, or you can do it with your signature. Teresa gave me a whole block from the signature, and just use all these little corners. So if you do the print, what do we need? We need background. Who said that? Somebody's with me, huh? You need background. Can you give me a background strip? I think this is really cute. I mean, a background square, a 10-inch background square. Okay, so now let's put this one aside. And this is my favorite die. You can see I'm really using it a lot. On this one square, there are enough to make, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 24 half square triangles. 24. So you can just put like one like that and cut it. Or what if you wanted to do a whole big old quilt? Forget the scraps. Go for big. Go right to this multiple die of making half square triangles. I would like to put this, actually I like to put them right sides together with white on the back and dark, because I'm going to sew with dark on top, right? Okay, so this one, now this is really good. So now cut it away. I am like getting too close to my machine and it's shutting me down. Okay. What's the number of this die? Oh, you're going to want it.
In your pattern.
Yeah.
It's in your pattern.
I will tell you, it does say multiple die, and we have, I think, 55063. 55063. Okay, so now you can swing it like this. Okay. And lift it off, and look at these. Aren't these beautiful? All cut and ready for sewing. All cut. But now, look at this. You've still got this hunk left, right? Yeah. Why not cut this up too? Like a gog. Are you a gog? Yeah, we could do it. We could do this one. Okay, Teresa says, wait, I want to get those off. So all you have to do is cut. And you don't even have to. All you have to do is just don't cut this up, because you could use this for something good. You could use it for something good. But we found out that if you just cut a 7-inch piece, you do need to have a little colored square for a cornerstone, a 2.5-inch cornerstone if you're going to make a big quilt. Go to the last page and you'll see it there.
Sorry.
Do you see how we laid it together? See? So now all I'm going to do is just cut a second set. More half square triangles. You can never have too many half square triangles. This is what I like to do at night when I've had a really crazy day at work. I love to just go home and sew half square triangles. Is that crazy? I'm telling you the truth. My life is really exciting. I like to square half square triangles because I keep on looking at my Storm at Sea. Oh, one of my favorites. Okay, so we're going to cut this, and then you're going to see we have enough for a little 2.5-inch square. And you have a picture of that. Did you see all of that stuff? You have all those pictures of what I just did. And here's your little square, Teresa.
Good. You can use the value die to cut your 2.5.
You can use your value die as well to cut 2.5-inch squares. Okay, I think I did enough cutting. Don't you think? I cut up enough pieces.
You want to cut a cornerstone from this one?
Oh, yes, that's for the cornerstone. Okay, I'll cut it.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll be all done. Okay, and then are you just going to move this out of the
will.
way?
Sure.
Okay,
Just
let
your
me
best
see. I need one more. Cool. So last month, Brian challenged me on how I would have saved time cutting. If I would have cut these all by hand, we actually cut the whole block right now. Is that good? So how long did it take?
So quick.
Never mind. We're waiting for Teresa to run in. She forgot I like to put on a sew straight. But look and see, look at your pictures on page 6. Sewing your, she's coming with the sew straight. And it's just a piece of plastic. And do you have the little sticker
Yes.
things on the back?
Yes.
Okay, in the package comes these wonderful sticky things that you put in the corners on the sew straight. It's just, and I like to make sure I have a full bobbin before I put this on. Yeah. Good idea, a full bobbin. Okay, and there is on my machine a line that comes right off of my needle. See right here? And there's also this arrow that says on your sew straight, line this up with your needle. Woo! And there is my bobbin. Do you see I'm right at the end of my bobbin? You don't cover that up, but you make sure it's nice and straight. And then you stick it down on your table. And she probably ripped this off of my machine. The tape that's on it can be lifted off and put back. If it gets thread on it, you can wash it with soap and water and put it back. Is that cool? Okay, all I need is really 4 half square triangles to make one friendship block, right? So now I see that when I put my foot down, that it's going to, see my bar in my foot? It's also going to line up with this line that says your 1/4 inch line. And the reason that I like my sew straight is you can line it up right there, but if you have your sew straight on, you can start lining it up clear down here. And you want to sew from the tip to tip. Good? I would like a little jumper scrap. One of those.
I gave it to you.
Oh my
You
goodness.
have a lot.
I have a lot. I need a lot. I'm constantly losing everything. Do you guys do that? Okay, so I do know if you put your needle down and you put in a little jumper scrap and you start sewing, I have a single hole throat plate in my sewing machine, and I'm just going to start this right behind. I have my stiletto. I did a luncheon, and my question was, what is your favorite tool? I cannot live without my stiletto. Forget it. Got to. And so all I'm doing is I'm just going to make one friendship star. And you just keep on assembly line sewing. Let's see, if you have 8 friendship stars and you need 4 each, how many of these do you have to sew for one block? 32.
How soon is Jonas going to be done with math?
I'm sorry?
How soon is Jonas going to be done with math?
Oh my gosh. He's doing multiple division like I don't understand, so we got him a tutor. I'm the reading specialist. But yeah, we had to work on angles. I am just in awe at what those kids have to know. Okay, Teresa, can you set the seam open. Set the seam with dark on top. Ooh. We came over here to make sure everything was all organized and woo. Okay. So for 32, a little cutting gizmo would be really useful, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Very, very useful. Okay, so I'm just going to cut these apart with my cutting gizmo. And let's turn the page. Ooh, look at that. Laying out your blocks. Teresa's got them all beautiful here. Ah, ooh. Okay, so all you really need to do you see that whole arrangement? Okay, all you need to do is look first at like the orange one up at the top. Okay, how about let's do that? You have to start somewhere, right?
Yes.
So you have to start with 1. 1, and let me see. 2, whoop, that's not right. Let me see. I'm dyslexic, it's hard. Is that right? Is that right? Okay, and that is right. Right? Right? That's always how a friendship star goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in the center, we used our background. Now, all of these parts are going to be connected with other friendship stars. So, da 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 da! Ooh, look at this. Wasn't that smart? That was very smart. That was very smart. And all that's left, you've got our little 2.5-inch squares for the middle. And on the sides and the top and bottom, you also have those 2.5-inch background strips. Do you see those? So you just really start out, and you can leave those background strips, the outside edges, off of your whole layout if you want. So I told you to clear a big area. And then I found out not only should you clear a big area, you should also put it on a board. Because so you got to move it. And then you got to rotate it. And you got to look at all those little pictures. And so Teresa just put a piece of batting on a piece of foam core. Foam core, glue it down. That's all it is. And you can really find that very, very useful. Huh? And what I love this. Do you like it? And there's the 6.5-inch square in the middle. Here's all the friendship stars. And there you can see they're all different colors. They're all different textures, different values. It's really cute. I like it. It's really, really cute. Okay, so now that you have them all laid out, do you see on page 9? We grouped them. Merritt and I grouped them because you are going to sew each one of these little pieces. So can you think of these as the corners? Can you see 4 corners? Can you see 4 sides?
Yes.
Okay, they're the middle ones. The corners have 4, the sides have how many? 6. 6. Good? All right. So we've already got these pretty well grouped together. And I will tell you that I am going to use as an example of sewing corners together right up here in the top left. You see that? Okay, let's turn the page. Beep. Ooh, it looks just like that, right? Okay, sewing 4 corners. So I'm going to very carefully get them over here to my sewing machine. And it's just like Teresa said. I just couldn't take that long to sew 50 of them together. So I said, okay, well, you know what? All four corners are alike. So why don't I just take this one and turn it just like that and put it on top like that. The second one. And then I could go to the third one and the fourth one and put them all on top because they're all the same. That means you only think once and you get it right. If you get it wrong, you get them all wrong. Right? Is that true? That is true. How do I know? And so once I started doing this, it goes really fast. And didn't Merritt do a nice job on the illustrations? So all I'm going to do is flip the first, flip the right row to the left row, okay? I flip the right row to the left row. And I'm just gonna pick up that pair, use my stiletto, and it's really cool. So, all right. I'm just gonna get a jumper scrap in there, and see, you don't have to use a jumper scrap in between each one. And I'm using the edge of my sew straight, ta-da! And then you pick up the next one and butt it on behind. Get it all lined up. They are really nice to work with. And Teresa and I did start to do like another size cube. You could use your 9 cube and still use shape 5. Just be a little bit bigger. And you can use any of your cubes. Just start out with shape 5 and shape 2 for your 2.5-inch squares. Well, for your squares. They're all going to be different sizes. But anyhow, as long as you use shape 5 and shape 2, right? Am I saying that right, Teresa? Your center square, remember, you can take 9 of them of shape 2 and you don't need to figure it out. It's pretty cool. It's all based on the same thing. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I sewed them all, right? They're all in a row. So all I'm going to do is clip every 2. I clipped every 2 and it tells you right in your instructions, right? That's the second one. Clip the third one, clip the fourth one. Turn it around, open it up. Let me see. This is where you carefully look and turn it. Oop. Okay. Is that what it shows? Yep. Just like that? I spend a lot of time oh yes, I did that. I thought Merritt did a wonderful job. Okay, and you flip it right sides together, and now you're on the top of the next page. And it shows that you push this top seam up, and the underneath seam goes down, right? And that locks it together. Good? And see, is that right? Same as your picture? I had to do this after we came back from Paducah. This is what Teresa and I did all week. But and Merritt, what a team, huh? Pretty tired, yep. Okay, so, and then I went to help Jonas with his math, and at 9 o'clock I said, no, Jonas, I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. Okay, so you're going to assembly line sew all 4 sets of these as well. And I want you to see, it shows that we swirled this one. It takes there's a little connecting thread right here. Get your scissors, cut your connecting thread. And the words say to remove the stitches. But if you're a violent person, you just lay it flat like this, and you go whoop like that, and you start You go like that, and that pops right open. See? And then you get your little fingers and you open that whole little center and you mush it good. See? Mush it good. Mush it good. Perfect. Well, let's see how, that's good. See that? Now let's see that. Ooh. Ooh, and is that the same as the picture? All four are supposed to be just like that. Right? Okay, good. So, we'll set this one aside. Okay, this is the tricky part. So I'm going, okay, where was this guy anyways? I highly recommend when you are finished that you put it back in the right spot. Now, why would I tell you that? Oh, but this is the best thing. Before you even move anything, take a picture. I'm telling you, take a picture. Okay, so this is done, so let's see if we can get this in place. Is that right? Yep. That's good. Okay. So, I didn't, and boy was I bummed. Okay, so now we're going to turn to the next page. We have all four corners done, and now we need to do the sides. This is the side. This is not included because that has the background strip on it, right? Yes. So let's see. Let's compare. If I take, so that's going down, down, whoop, up, whoop, whoop. Yeah? Yes. Right? Yes. Okay. All sides are the same. You can stack them all up and assembly line sew those. But I think I'll just leave it right here and sew it, okay? Okay, so first you take and you flip these two pieces. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, this is why you have on a board. So you can slide it to the side and just lay it there. And this is what I had to do to stack. I had to turn these all around and figure out which direction and stack them. And then I went to the next side. And if you're dyslexic, this is not easy. But just keep on turning your little board around and stack them up. We did everything, right? Okay. So I flipped the middle row to the left, and so there's only two in a row. I'm right on page 12. Are we good? Yes. Okay. I feel like we're moving along fast, huh? Yeah. I don't know, from top to bottom, what do you think? Teresa, how long did it take you to make one of these?
I don't know.
I estimate.
You don't ever time yourself, do you?
Well, once we figured out the seams, and I'm always reading to make sure that everything is correct and looking at pictures, I think maybe an hour.
I would say so.
One, after you know what you're doing, that the pictures are right, and they are. The pictures are right, and everything is good. Okay, so I just did one seam, and now we're going to look at it. There's always their confirmation photos. Okay, so now I have to open these up. Doo-doo, doo-doo. Okay, now, is that still right?
Yep.
That. Yeah. Flip it right sides together. 1, 2. And now, take this. You know, by the way, you can go on Pinterest and see all kinds of Circle of Friends quilts that people made. Right? And some people use colors inside their friendship stars instead of white like we did. Very pretty. Everybody did a different way, I think, of sewing them together. It was interesting. Okay, So now cut the threads, and we're going to check this against the bottom illustration. Okay, look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The same? Yes. It's the same. You'll do fine if you just get it the same as the pictures. Okay, so now we're just going to take this whole set and turn it. And now I'm on page 13. I'm going to flip it right sides together. And this time I'm going to push both seams up and the underneath seams down. Okay? Okay, we're doing good. Okay, you know what, Teresa? You could just about start putting our quilt together on the design wall. If Eric just kind of watches me, you could lay it up there. Would you like that? Sure. Don't look at her. Okay?
And this is your other report.
Huh?
This is your other report.
Okay, all right, thank you. And this is the incredible moment you are about to see. We now know something different to do. There are 3 blocks in a row. When we swirl, there's usually only 2 blocks in a row, right?
Right.
But this time, there's 1, 2, 3 blocks in a row. We figured it out. Ha! You only swirl one of them. Do you see where it says unswirl these stitches inseam for swirling? Only one of them. Wait till you see. This is the amazing moment, right, Teresa?
That's right.
This was the amazing moment. Okay, so I'm just going to unsew these little stitches on the top. And where do you see what happens? Okay, get those stitches out. Get those stitches out. One more. Okay, now, it's the violent thing. Lay it flat. Lay it flat. Go down on the top, to the left on the bottom. It pops open, and you just lay the rest of that seam flat. Okay? It's top. It was work, but it works. See, it's swirled on the top. Isn't that a great picture in your handout? And then it's the rest of the seam is all pushed over. And now you just press this flat. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, all right, thank you. I will take it. Okay, so just press it flat. This was the trickiest one. This perplexed us the most. It's the aha moment. I love the aha moment. Okay, and so now you have your photograph. And so you're just going to get your photograph out and you're going to say, but see, okay, well, look at this. This goes in here somewhere. Here's red, must go over there, right? Red. Here's blue, must go here. So you turn it around and you go, oh my gosh, look at that.
Yep.
There it goes. Wow. And so you have all 4 of those all done exactly right. Okay, and this is actually going to go up here. Ta-da! Thank you, thank you. So still we're only working on this center. So I'm just going to slide these little strips with their little half square triangles all sewn on because we're not ready for those. And this is the amazing thing. The 6.5 inch square is in the middle. And so I'm just going to take the middle row here and flip it to the left. 1, 2, 3. It's like a 9 patch. Okay, now, woo-hoo-hoo, it locks together. You don't need anything to lock. And this one, it locks together. Whoa, are you excited about that? Okay, we were too. So now's the time I have to turn it around and bring it to my machine. See how the board is really helpful? Teresa would be glad to make one of these for every one of you.
Thank you, Teresa. How sweet of you.
Actually, this one is a purchase one. I purchased it. This is a Lori Holt board, Be in My Bonnet. At Quilt in a Day, we did have these little boards at one time for sale from Lori Holt, but you could buy from her. She would be glad to put a little binding around the outside edge for you. It's so cute. Okay, so now I'm sewing a 9 patch right here. So I'm just gonna lock this seam. Ta-da! And I'm gonna take this one, sew it down, make sure that it fits on the outside edge, edge to edge, and this one, and then all I need to do is open it and go down the other seam, exact same thing. And then when you go across, you press your seams away, no, toward the center. Toward the center, right? Look, you have to read, and it's amazing how it really works. Can you pull one over and show them, Teresa, please? And then we'll look at this. Okay, I'm at the bottom. Okay, and give it to Eric and show how it's all pressed toward the center and how flat it lays. 1, 2, 3. Open this up and flip this right sides together. Okay, can you see it? All right, and so I think that I should stop right here. You understand it, right?
Yes.
Okay, and now we're going to look at the amazing 4 blocks.
Yes.
And the lattice, okay, well, let's just say you have to add the sides of the block, get these in position. There are little seams marked on your illustration, how to press, but you're actually pressing these in opposite directions. Do the sides, fold them out, do the top and the bottom. And then these are the lattice that's cut exactly the same size. And if you use 8 of the layer cakes, you can only get 8 of the 2.5-inch squares print for the outside edge. And so look what we had to do. We're so tricky. Instead of going to another source, we just put a white right in the middle. Ta-da! And so we just stopped right there. We didn't we're not going to add any borders, I don't think. Are we going to add any borders? I don't know. Do you think it needs borders? No, it looks really pretty just as it is. So remember that how big you can make yours if you have one whole layer cake of a print and one of a white, how big you can make it. So when you sew the vertical rows together, just like I'm doing on my block, you sew the vertical rows, and then when you go across, you always press your seams toward the lattice, and then these will all lock together right in the middle. Whoa! What do you think? Pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Teresa has one more quilt. This was how? 2 months ago. Now 2 months ago, what did you do? We do. Bear tracks. Bear tracks. Remember that? Huh? Bear tracks. Yeah, this one. It was really fun. You know, Teresa went to her daughter Melissa's to help take care of the new grandbaby, a little boy. A little boy.
Oliver.
Oliver. So was this for Oliver?
It was.
It
but
looks
it's not
like
done.
Oliver.
It's still not done.
It will be done.
So I thank you all for being my friend. I'm so glad you came. So enjoy the circle of friends. Yay! Woohoo! Woohoo! Thank you.